All right, welcome back. You should have seen in the last section several different kind of everyday, I guess you could say everyday occurrences of phase changes. Something hopefully that you kind of were familiar with, possibly of seeing before. Like, for example, condensation on the cup is water vapor in the air condensing to form a liquid, those water droplets that you see on the cup. Evaporation was an example of liquid turning to a gas. Melting would be a solid turning to a liquid. And then freezing, as we know, is liquid condensing to form into a solid. And one thing I want to go over real quick in the next section, you will see examples of this. But if you have your science notebook already ready, go ahead and after I read this definition, pause the video to add this in as page 1. A phase is something that is a noticeably different form or condition state of the same substance. And you already have some examples listed on there for you. Solid, liquids, and gases are all examples of a phase. I'll say that again. A noticeably different form or condition state of the same substance. So on your page 1 of your phase change unit notebook, you're going to have the word, the definition, and a picture that will help you remember what the word phase means, as well as in the other section, examples and non-examples. And it looked like maybe like 20% of us needed some help with that. For today's lesson, on the next section, I'll give you pictures of my science notebook so that you can make sure yours looks set up for success for this unit. The other thing, we kind of keep going back to water as an example because that's something easy. We all know that the solid version of water is ice. The liquid version is obviously water, and then gas is water vapor. But when we are talking about phases of matter, I just want to make sure that we're naming that you're talking about the same substance. So for example, I can't say that that water is a liquid and that ice cream is a solid because they're not the same substance. So it's not easy to compare. Ice cream could technically melt into a liquid. It's just made of different things, right? It's made of cream, sugar, fat, all that great stuff. So make sure that you're talking about the same substance and that a phase of matter is just different states for that said substance. Now, you're also going to add these key concepts onto the second page of your phase change unit notebook. Again, I will show you what that looks like in the next section if you forgot and need some help. But the first key concept we're learning here is a solid holds the shape of its container, does not take the shape of its container. So for example, my eyeglass case, right? Solid at room temperature. If I stick it in a container like this glass, it's not going to flow into the shape of that container. Or say like a better, smaller example would be this chapstick. That's not going to take the shape of that container, right? A gas, they're all around us, has no visible shape and it fills its container. There's gases all around us in the kitchen, everywhere around me. We can't see them, but they're there. A liquid flows and it can take the shape of its container. So for example, you'll notice like if you put water in a water bottle, this is actually a Gatorade bottle, but I refilled it with water, pour it into that funny shaped glass, it's going to take the shape of that funny glass, right? It's not moving around into the air. It's going to go down with gravity. The force of gravity pulls it down to the bottom of the glass and it takes the shape of its container. So liquids are flowy, and if I poured that out onto the table, this water glass, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to clean that up. It would try and spread out all over the table and take whatever said shape the table's providing for it, which is not a lot. It would eventually drip off, and I would be very mad because I would have to clean that up. So make sure you've paused, added those in. If you need some help with the science notebook, you can go ahead to the next section and just kind of copy those from there. If you still need a science notebook, or you ran out of space in your notebook before, or you lost it, or your dog ate it, I don't know what happened, make sure you stop by the school this week as we are giving out supplies that your school had gotten grant money for. So they also have notebooks at the school. If you're going for supply pickup anyway and you need an extra notebook, just ask one of the teachers, you might even see me there, for an extra notebook and they can probably help you out. If not, let me know and I'll get on it. I'll try and figure out a solution by next week. All right, good luck.